Welcome to the Heidi Thorne Show. I'm your host, Heidi Thorne. And in this podcast, I share my real world self publishing and small business experience with you. So let's get started with today's show. Now, today I'm going to go on a bit of a rant about authors who are lazy with their Kindle ebooks. Let me explain how I came to this rant. I got a Kindle ebook, and it was obvious that this book was uploaded as a PDF to Kindle Direct Publishing or KDP. It was obvious it was uploaded as a PDF, and it was obvious that it was uploaded as the print production PDF. Now, there's nothing technically wrong with that. But what it created for me as the user was a horrible experience. I had to keep stretching and squeezing the page. And so what would happen is, okay, this book was standard, maybe 6x9 book size. And when I was trying to read it on my phone, I got these little teeny tiny pages, and I'd have to squeeze it to get the words, and then I'd have to move the page around so I could even read one entire sentence. Oh, it was ridiculous. Even on my Kindle app on my iPad, which is larger, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. And so I could tell that the author just got lazy. And what they did is they just said, oh, okay, I have a PDF of this from my designer. I'll upload that for the print version and the Kindle version, and everything will be fine. What happens is Kindle uses something called responsive design. Now, in the graphic design arena, what that means is that the content keeps reflowing or readjusting itself to fit the screen or device it is on. And it is a very, very important concept in today's content marketing and content selling arena. Now, let me explain how that works. So I have all of my books. I uploaded them as Microsoft Word documents to KDP back in the day. And here is what one of my books looks like. Now, for those of you who are just looking at the audio or listening to the audio version, you're not going to be able to see this, so I'm sorry. But you can see, I'll explain what it is. It looks pretty much like a standard book, and I can just scroll through, and it looks pretty much like a regular book. If I change that, so I want to read in the vertical, it resizes it to fit the entire iPad screen. Similarly, on my phone, it reflows the text to fit my little tiny iPhone so that I can read it clearly. Now, PDFs will not do that on Kindle devices or Kindle app. It can't do that because a PDF is designed to not move around. So you can stretch and squeeze it, but it doesn't reflow the text. And so you don't want to be uploading a PDF of your book manuscript for the Kindle version. You want to be using Microsoft Word. I know that works all the time. I've done most of them that way, but more recently, what I have done is I've taken my Kindle ebooks and put them into the Kindle Create tool. Now, in the Kindle Create tool, you can format it, and you can also see how it's going to look on those mobile screens. So it is a fabulous tool, and I don't hear a lot of chatter about authors using Kindle Create. It's just like it doesn't exist, and I can't believe people are not using it. You should see, I'm active in, or following, I should say at least, a number of author forums, and I see almost nothing about Kindle Create. I see so much chatter about print versions. I'm thinking, print version? What, wait a second, we're in the days of electronic content. Why are you so concerned about that? One of the authors in one of the forums, she was doing her book. She was trying to, I think, learn Adobe InDesign to lay out her book, which is crazy because there's a steep learning curve for Adobe InDesign. And what it creates in the end is a PDF, which is solid. And so you would have to go through, like I mentioned with that one book that I was trying to read, where you were stretching and squeezing it on the screen. Yeah, it'll upload to your Kindle, but it doesn't mean it's going to be a good user experience. Then this author was also concerned that she wanted to convert this InDesign document into an EPUB document. Now, for those of you who don't know, EPUB is a reflowing text language, I guess, coding program that resizes the text to fit on the screen. But Amazon and Kindle Direct Publishing have made that so easy for us. They will convert your Microsoft Word document into Kindle-friendly code. And if it's in Kindle Create, it's even better. So please, please, please use those, not only for your readers' sake, but for your own sake. It's just a lot less hassle. And I think authors are so romantically involved or nostalgic about their print versions that they treat all these other formats like stepchildren that they just don't care about. And I think that's a real crime in today's content selling environment, because it is all about the user experience. Now, for me, I don't really prefer print books, and I also don't prefer, surprisingly, audiobooks. I listen to podcasts all the time, and I like them because they're newsy and conversational. But for audiobooks, yeah, not for me. I prefer my Kindle ebook. I read that religiously, and read books religiously in that format. So it's all about the user experience, and that's why I've created audiobooks. I don't really care about audiobooks, but I know that my readers do. So I am going to care about my readers and provide the formats that they wanted in. And this is why I really encourage you to be a multi-format author and get your work out there in the formats that your readers want to consume it on. Don't get romantic about the print book. And I think the reason people get so romantic about their print books is that it's a physical thing. It seems like an accomplishment. And it is. I'm not discounting that, but just don't discount what your readers want from you. So I hope you have found that helpful. And if you did, I would appreciate it if you would go to the Apple Podcast app or iTunes and give the Heidi Thorne Show a nice rating and review. And while you're on the Apple Podcast app, don't forget to subscribe to the Heidi Thorne Show so you can get more tips about your self-publishing adventures. And if you don't like to use the Apple Podcast app, and I know there's a lot of other devices out there, and so that's why I'm multi-format there too. So you can also get the podcast, the Heidi Thorne Show podcast, on Stitcher and Podbean, and also on your Alexa. You just have to use the AnyPod skill and you will find the Heidi Thorne Show there. Now, if you like video, again, another format, my video podcast version is available on YouTube. You just have to subscribe to the Heidi Thorne channel and you will get all of those videos. Now, my books in all their formats are available on Amazon.com. You just have to look for Heidi Thorne, my name, and my author page will come up with all my books right there. And if you want to consume my books as audiobooks, that's great, and thank you. And those are also available on the Apple Books app. You can buy it and read it right through there. And it's also available on Audible. I would appreciate it also if you would share the Heidi Thorne Show with your friends on social media. And if you want to connect with me, my website is simply HeidiThorne.com. Thank you so much for listening and for your support. I'll look forward to talking with you again in the next episode. And in the meantime, have a great day.